Welcome to the Garden in the Kitchen Cooking Show. I am Chef Silvia Dunnirvine.
And I am Anne Buckley.
For those of you watching from home, whether this is your first episode or if you've been watching us for some time, I'm so glad and so grateful that you are here. We have certainly enjoyed cooking and eating, haven't we?
We have, absolutely, yeah.
And I've certainly enjoyed this journey of creating recipes at Garden in the Kitchen. And as of May 1st, it's been 6 years that I have been blogging over at Garden in the Kitchen.
Wow, congratulations, Silvia.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you. It's pretty amazing. And I was just looking at some numbers, and I have served over 6 million people.
Incredible.
So it's just been an amazing journey. And my favorite part is always the emails.
Yes.
You know,
okay.
Love your recipes. My husband hates quinoa, but he loves your quinoa recipes.
Right.
Or because of your recipes, my kids are eating vegetables.
Yep,
you know.
that's me.
That's good to know. So it's been fun, and I'm grateful that you're here, and I certainly hope you enjoyed today's recipes.
And it's a year since we've been doing this Garden in the Kitchen show with HCAT, isn't it?
Correct. It's been a year, and we've cooked so many lovely recipes, and we certainly have another amazing recipe that I hope you would try and enjoy with your family. And again, it's a pleasure for me to be serving my community this way. So thank you for watching.
Celebrate.
Exactly. And I read all of the messages everywhere, Facebook, social media. So if you have any questions, if you just want to say hi, be sure that I will be reading those messages and replying.
Wonderful. Let's get started.
Let's get started. Today we have a quinoa salad. So it's a quinoa chickpea salad. I love this recipe because summertime, springtime, you know, we have all of these abundant veggies in farmers market. Sometimes we grow them, and it's just so beautiful. And it's a salad that you can make within 20-30 minutes.
Yes.
And it stays in your fridge for a week. So you make a big bowl every day. You take a small portion, and you can grill some chicken on the side, or steak, or even hard-boiled eggs. I've had a side of hard-boiled, and that's your meal, and that's your, you know, and
it's a staple. I have to say that's exactly what I did. I've just come back from a big conference, and I made this salad and did exactly that. I had it for my meal one evening, and then for the next few days I took it in for my lunch, and it was delicious. So
yeah, it's perfect.
It works exactly what you're suggesting.
It makes life easier.
It really does.
Right, and you're eating healthy. You don't have to like scramble around and get a sandwich somewhere else. It's there. So it's just a safe option to keep it in your fridge.
It really is.
I've had it in my fridge for like 3 weeks now, different variations. And that's the second part of why I love this recipe so much. You can change it up. If you don't like tomatoes, don't put tomatoes.
Yes.
If you want to add some broccoli, whatever you have in your fridge too. And it's a good clean up your fridge type of salad.
It is,
right?
Absolutely, yes. And it's so colourful and vibrant, and I'm already getting what the viewers can't experience is the fragrances. I always comment on the fragrances. They're just delicious.
Awesome. I'm glad you're excited. I want to show everyone that I have some already cooked quinoa here. I'm going to open. It's 1 cup of uncooked quinoa, but that, you know, turns into 2.5 cups.
Yeah, it generates
that's what I have.
Quite a bulk there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It expands, and it's super nutritious.
Yeah.
Very easy to cook, right?
Yes.
Just some water, pinch of salt. The recipe, the details are on the site, but here's our 1 cup of quinoa, 2 cups of cooked quinoa, let's say. And over here I have all of the remaining ingredients, you know, chickpeas, carrots, tomatoes, cucumbers, bell pepper. You can choose any color bell pepper. I have red onions and cilantro. And over here we're going to make the dressing.
Lovely.
So the ingredients are ready to go, and we're just going to work on the dressing. The dressing is very simple. So just oil, garlic, salt and pepper, and I have some oregano, lemon juice as well. And what you're going to do, you're just going to chop up your garlic really small. You can press if you have a garlic press too. You know, that'll save a little bit of time. And I'm pretty sure I'm asking for 3 cloves of garlic right there. So far I'm chopping up 2, but these are very large cloves of garlic. So,
yes. So just adjust.
Yeah,
depending
just
upon
adjust.
what
But you can, do whatever. You can add more if you like to. And here's my little trick if you don't know. Gotta be careful because I have a big sharp knife on me. But
yes.
The way, it's such a pain to peel garlic sometimes,
It is,
right?
yeah,
and
absolutely.
I feel like everybody has their own little trick. Some people put it in a jar and they shake the jar.
Okay.
Yeah, vigorous, and the peel will come off.
Yeah.
I like to just put it here, place.
Yeah.
You have to have like a chef's knife, like a wide knife.
Okay.
Place it on top and then push it down like this. And that crushes, but it also removes the peel, most of it. Well, I didn't crush it too good, but we'll try it again. Okay, I think I did.
Quite a workout.
So
with a giant clove
you have to
like
be
that.
careful because you have a sharp knife.
Yes.
But what it did is, as you could see,
Oh, that's really easy peeling
really
now.
easy peeling. So you get your clove. So you just gotta push down
Perfect.
on the knife. So that's my trick.
Okay.
The jar works too. So just to make
Chef's
life a little
tips.
easier.
I love that. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna chop up our garlic a little bit more, and like I said, you can use a press.
Okay.
It will come out more fine and less work, perhaps. I personally enjoy chopping veggies, so how do you feel about that? Do you like chopping?
It depends on time. Sometimes I find it quite therapeutic to be chopping.
Yep.
Another time I'm just in a hurry and I just want the quickest way possible. So
Yeah, I think that's safe to say that's true for most people, right?
Exactly.
And thankfully, these days, you can find all of the veggies chopped up
You can.
at the supermarket, to make life easier. So
It's also a job that my children enjoy, so they'll often come and sit at the counter with me and they'll take the veggies to chop and get involved in the cooking as well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I love to hear that because, that's kind of my goal.
Yes.
On my
to bring everybody in.
To bring everybody in, have everybody help and enjoy,
Yes.
and just kind of have that moment because life is so busy, right?
It really is.
Everybody's like all over the place.
Yes.
The kids are playing sports. We're busy, and to have that period of time where you can all sit together and just chat and then do something together. To me, that's absolutely priceless. So I've got a little bowl here.
Okay.
I'm gonna add my garlic right in. Okay.
Excellent.
Garlic is in. I've got garlic all over myself. I don't mind. So lemon juice, right? Let's cut up this lemon here. And, it's the lemon of one juice.
Okay. The juice of one lemon.
The juice of one lemon, okay. Well, thanks, Anne. Somebody's listening. Somebody's paying attention.
I love that press. That's really...
Yeah, it
quite
gets
efficient.
all of the
really
juice
does.
out, you can see, but also it keeps the seeds
keeps
from
the
falling
seeds
in,
in.
right? And I have my little trash
Yep.
can here. When I'm cooking, I like to have a little bowl here, just to keep things neat.
Yes, that's very good. I tend to get in a lot of steps back and forth to the trash can when I'm cooking like this, so that's a good tip as
have
well.
a little bowl next to you, and you can
just so simple and obvious,
Right.
but you just don't think of it when you're in the thick of it always.
Right, sometimes you don't. So when you use this lemon press or orange press, you do one side, and after you press, you flip, and
You flip it.
Yeah, you flip it and you press it again, so you get more juice on the other side, and
that's a substantial amount of juice you've got out of
Absolutely.
that single lemon.
And you get all the juice out, and it's a nice little tool. I love it for both
And
oranges.
easy to clean as well afterwards, because some of those contraptions are quite tricky.
Yes, that's correct. So I've got lemon and garlic. We're going to add in salt, pepper, oregano, and you can adjust your salt to taste as well.
Yes.
I like with lots of pepper personally.
Okay.
I like to also grind my pepper like this way, fresh grinded pepper, as opposed to buying it already grounded. It's way more flavor, and I'll show the camera, but it comes out different textures. Some fine bits and then some bigger bits.
Exactly.
And, I think that's really good. So we've got salt, pepper. I'm gonna add just a pinch of oregano. The recipe calls for half of a teaspoon. And so add that in. It's so fresh and fragrant.
I'm all
It's
about
from
the
a
smells.
farm nearby.
Fantastic.
And olive oil. The star ingredient, a good high quality olive oil. And the recipe calls for a half a cup. And you may not want to use the entire dressing.
Yes.
It's really up to you. You can start at half of it
Right.
to the salad and add more if you want to, or just keep it aside.
Yeah.
That's an
And that
option
dressing
too.
won't go to waste. I mean, that can be used on any salad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It will not go to waste. In fact, I almost always have something like this ready in a jar.
Yeah.
And I add to different salads and different meals, and just even to season
Yes.
meats.
Yep.
You can have this and season your chicken and your beef. So
Wonderful.
how easy was our beautiful, healthy olive oil dressing?
It looks
All
amazing.
done, and I'll do a tiny little bit of a cleanup here.
Okay.
And then we'll add the quinoa. So I'll just
Okay. Just
move
that
this
to one
carefully over to the sink.
side. Okay.
And now we're going to build our salad. Here we go. All right. I have a big bowl here, so you're gonna need a big bowl for this.
And it's deceptive, isn't it? I found this when I was prepping. I thought, well, there's not much of that, and these are quite tiny ingredients, but it really does bulk up to a substantial amount of salad in the
I
bowl.
always underestimate too. I
Yes.
always grab a little bowl, and then
Yes.
I'm like, what am I?
Yeah,
what am I
that's
doing?
not going to work.
No, it's not gonna work. Grab your biggest bowl. You can always switch.
Yes.
Transfer to a smaller bowl,
Yes.
but it's good to have a big bowl to work with.
Agreed.
Before we add the ingredients in, I was just about to forget, we need to chop our cilantro.
Okay.
And the recipe calls for cilantro, but you can use parsley.
Okay.
I know not everyone loves cilantro. That's totally fine. So you can just use some parsley.
Yeah.
I do
And I
use
think
a lot
I
of
have
it.
used parsley with this recipe as well.
Okay.
And it is a good substitute.
Absolutely, it is. You can also don't use any greens if you don't have any.
Yeah.
If you don't care for either one of these options,
Yes.
you can add different herbs. It really is optional.
And what
I
if you
love
were to
cilantro.
switch this for dried? If you didn't have fresh for this part of the recipe, you could just use dried as an alternative.
I wouldn't recommend.
Okay.
I think that will, the flavor of a fresh cilantro, fresh parsley,
Yes.
it's completely different.
Okay.
And then you get the fresh greens as opposed
Yes,
to like
of course.
the dried
Yep.
option, and that would just change also the texture because dried herbs is so super dry,
Yes.
and this has more water content.
Okay.
So it would be like a dried salad.
Okay.
That would really interfere in
That's
the
good to
texture.
know.
Yes.
Perfect.
So some things, yes, you can use, your dressing, you could use fresh oregano if you have some.
Okay.
But, that's fine to substitute
wouldn't
for
go
the
the
dry,
other way
but
with the
no,
main dish.
not with the main dish.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
I use a lot of it in this recipe, but you can adjust
Yep.
to your liking. What I do is I'm just gonna remove all of the bottoms here.
Okay.
And you can actually save this to make vegetable stocks and things like that.
Okay.
Right, in your freezer.
Yes.
And then when you wanna make a big vegetable stock, you just throw all of these bits and pieces of
All of those
vegetable
delicious
scraps.
flavours.
Yeah, so that would be good. I'm just gonna get rid of it right now. I don't have any plans for vegetable stocks anytime soon.
Okay.
But here's our green cilantro, and I'm gonna fold it in half like this, and again, grab my big knife, and I'm just gonna work it. And of course, I needed a larger cutting board here, as you can see. I didn't plan
Because
this
it
very well.
spreads.
It spreads.
Because it spreads.
But that's okay. We're just gonna collect from around the table. No problem. And
It's
just
all good.
chop like this. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be fine. And then I kind of like to go across like this after, just to get a good chop. And so fresh. Can you smell it?
I can smell it.
The smell of fresh cilantro is like the best.
And that folding there, Sylvia, that you do to chop, that's not something that I would naturally do.
Oh,
so
really?
Even that is a good chef's tip for me.
Okay, that's good to know. You just grab the bunch in half.
Wrap it in half.
And now you're slicing half.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. And also getting a really good cut
Getting
on
a
the,
really
on
good
the
cut.
herbs.
Yeah. So that's our
Smells
cilantro.
delicious.
Chop, 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 and done. And so now we can finally build our salad.
Wonderful.
Okay. Here comes the big bowl. And I'll throw the cilantro in last.
Okay.
Okay? We'll start with the quinoa that's right here. And we'll add that right in. And it's, like I said, it's just plain quinoa cooked in water. I didn't use any broth, but you can. You can do broth, salt, and that's it. Here's our quinoa. We'll add.
And that's cooled, has it? How cool does it need to be for this recipe to blend?
So this one is right now at room temperature, basically.
Okay.
But I have done it slightly warm.
Okay, and it doesn't affect the...
It does not.
Okay.
One trick you can do if you don't have a lot of time and you don't want to add all of these raw ingredients to like a really hot quinoa, you put it in a strainer and then you run on cold water.
Ah, okay.
And you just let that drain for like 5 minutes.
Yes.
And it will be a lot
to
cooler.
go.
Okay.
Perfect.
So quinoa is in. We're gonna add chickpeas. This is 1 can of rinsed chickpeas.
Okay.
And we have about anywhere between 1/2 cup to 1 cup of carrots. Each of these vegetables are about 1 cup. You can add more if you don't have, you can add 1/2 cup, it's fine.
Yes.
I have 1/2 cup of red onions over there.
Okay.
And so not a lot of onions. Not everybody loves
It's quite powerful, isn't
yes,
it? The
especially
raw red
raw.
onion.
Yes. So that's going in, just 1/2 cup. Then 1 whole orange bell pepper.
Those colours are just popping in there.
It's wonderful. Then we have cucumbers, 2 of the mini cucumbers.
Okay.
And these beautiful tomatoes. Okay, I think that's everything. And we have our cilantro here. We'll add that on top. All of it.
We don't want to waste any of the cilantro.
No, we don't. And I actually want to collect some from the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
Already. That's good. And I mean, how beautiful is this? And mind you, this is a vegan and vegetarian option. So it's a vegetarian salad if you are on a vegetarian diet, or if you just, I have a lot of people that come up to me and they're meat eaters.
Yes.
But they're like, can you give me more like meatless options?
Yes.
A lot of people are considering, having having meatless days, and there's actually meatless Monday.
Yep.
Thing, like a hashtag meatless Monday.
Okay.
So this is perfect for that. There's a ton of proteins and fiber and nutrients in here, so you're really not missing out on anything.
Right.
In this beautiful, beautiful salad. So we're just gonna
Perfect.
mix it up a little bit and then put the dressing on top.
So Silvia, I know that you were telling me that this recipe went onto the website a week ago. So tell me about the success that it's already had on the website with your regular followers.
Yeah, so it's been incredible. The recipe is about a week old, and if you it takes time. Let's say there's the search engines like Google. It takes time to find that new link, that new recipe.
Yes.
And what's happened is that this recipe got so popular, and it even went viral within a week. So people all over the world, and I had a little fun this morning. I looked at the numbers and location. I've got people in Australia, in South Africa, in Germany, and Netherlands, everywhere looking at this recipe.
Looking for this recipe
right now. So it's pretty amazing.
So Holliston residents and watchers are really privileged to be able to see this made firsthand.
Okay, so I'm going to add just about half in.
Okay.
And we'll decide if we want more. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
I just don't want to, add
you
the
don't want
whole
it too
thing
wet.
and it just be too wet. And the other thing you can do too is just literally just add half, serve it this way.
Yes.
And put your dressing away, and then tomorrow when you go for another bowl, you just add another tablespoon to your own plate and so on.
Just to moisten it up at that point.
Yes,
yeah.
just to moisten it up. So here it is.
It looks delicious.
I think I'll add just a little more at this point. And then you can see the garlic and the oregano and the pepper in.
Okay.
Stir, and I just add a little bit more of that in. Cover it up for later. Okay, and we're really just about ready.
Looks wonderful.
What do you think?
I think it looks delicious. Like you say, perfect for spring and for summer. Take us through all of those barbecues
Yes,
and cookouts.
patio dinners and
Exactly.
potlucks. It really, you name it. It's
dining
just
outdoors.
yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to clean this up, and then we'll come back so Anne and I can try the salad, and hopefully Anne will approve this recipe.
Absolutely, yes.
And let
Well,
everyone know.
I'd be delighted to try it from the chef.
Perfect. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We did a little cleanup, and now we are starving and ready to try this beautiful quinoa chickpea salad. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Awesome. So we're just gonna scoop up some to our plates and see what you think, Anne.
It looks delicious as always, and a perfect lunch for a spring day.
It's a great lunch, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's light and still filling.
Yes.
So let's give it
filling.
a try.
Okay, wonderful. So I've got a glass of Legado here for you.
Thank you.
It's a very light Chardonnay, and the best thing that I love about this is it comes in a can, so you can just have a tiny
I just had to
taste.
try it right away. It smells so good. Cheers.
Let's try the food.
It's
It
so
is
good.
Very light
Very light.
and pairs perfectly with a quinoa salad.
I would say so.
Let's see. Oh, that's lovely.
A lot of crunchy flavors. I love that because it's so fresh.
It is.
You can hear, you can feel the crunch, and it's bright.
And you can taste the cilantro. You can taste all of the vegetables coming through.
Yes, you can.
The dressing really works. Yes, lovely.
That's good. I'm
That's
happy. I'm happy to hear.
A great success for our 1 year anniversary.
1 year
with
anniversary.
HCAT.
We should
And your
cheers to that.
6-year anniversary of the
Garden
blog
in the kitchen.
to garden in the kitchen. Congratulations, Silvia.
Thank you. And thank you at home for watching, for tuning in. Again, reach out, say hi. If you have any questions about this recipe or any recipe, I'm happy to help. I always reply to the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll see you next time.